let's see. I've been trying to think of a catchphrase or like
There
a
you
what is
go.
it called? Like a opening like statement. I don't think we'll ever have one, to be honest. Like I keep forgetting to write it down, and then when I try to do it on the fly, it's like stupid. Like I'm just gonna like we're here. Yeah.
Word. Anyways.
Can you introduce yourself?
What's up? My name's Zeke. I go by Mr. E, drum and bass DJ in Atlanta, Georgia. What's up, y'all? Appreciate you having me, Private Property Group.
Yeah, thank you. We are excited to kind of dive into what just happened. You're our first vinyl set. So,
Wow.
yes, congrats, applause, clap. Let's start with the, like, just the origin. Like, everybody kind of has a different,
Sure.
coming of age story, especially with vinyl. But, like, can you describe just going into it how you fell in love with not
Sure.
only vinyl, but drum and bass?
Sure, absolutely. So, 1998, 1999, I'm a junior in high school and grew up in Henry County. What up, Henry County folks?
Yeah.
And just going out. I was a skateboarder, listening to heavy metal, rap, punk. Kind of that was our main kind of stuff. We were going up to Little 5 Points a lot back in the day and going to Criminal Records and different spots up there, and then just hanging out in Little 5 Points. And we kind of start seeing some of these record shops, Satellite and Rewind. And we're like, oh, what's up with this? And things kind of progress. People start going to raves and like, what the hell is a rave? I don't even know what that is. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I've been going to concerts for a long time with my dad. So I just was like, well, shit, let's go check out some new music. You know what I'm saying? This is pre-internet the way it is nowadays. So you just kind of got to go out and check things out, go to record stores, listen to things. But I went to my first rave at the Nike Pavilion and saw, oh shoot, I can't think of the name of the group now. It's a house group from San Francisco, Dub Tribe Sound System. And they're still like, I think they broke up, but they were the shit. And that was my first show. Got into it real hard, going to raves, checking things out. It was a lot of fun. And then just kind of kept going to the breaks in the Jungle Room. And just checking that out with the hip-hop kind of thing. Lots of love with that. Kind of fell into that type of genre, I guess, versus house and techno. And then just kind of never went back, you know. And we were going to these stores to buy the tickets. I mean, this is pre-buying everything online, right? And you would go buy tickets to the show if, in advance at some of these spots. And, of course, they got records on the wall, and they got techniques so you can go listen to them. And so we'd start buying records. Me and my boy Damon Paul. What's up, Damon? Mass Confusion. Big shout out. Me and him, we just went into it head first. And a lot of our friends thought we were crazy. They didn't know what the hell we was listening to. And the next thing you know, we're like dragging all our friends to the shows. And, it was a lot of fun.
Wow. So, I guess, can you walk us through just the, I guess, like, process of what it takes to be, like, a vinyl DJ? Because it's not like you can just get a USB, you can steal some software, like, you gotta get this, and then a bunch of this. So it's...
Well, yeah, but it's just like anything, though. If you're a digital DJ or a DJ using a digital controller, which is, the standard nowadays, it's like, you got to have the equipment.
Yeah.
And there's all types of different levels of equipment. I mean,
That's
you can
true.
get a $100 little mixer, and you can hook up to Serato, and you can be a DJ, or you can go spend $3,000 and, get, really deep into it. Difference between vinyl and digital, I mean, there's the obvious physical differences. There's not as many record stores nowadays. And even when you do go find them, the stuff is it's expensive. I mean, it was expensive back in the day, and it's expensive. It's even more expensive to buy vinyl now. But, just being young, buying records, didn't have a whole lot of money, but everything I
Mhm.
did was revolving around, going getting records if I wasn't buying weed. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? It's like, just be honest. But
Mhm.
it's like the little bit of money left over went in the gas tank, but just through the years, just kept buying up vinyl.
Mhm.
But you just got to buy it. You just got to get into it. It's 2 turntables, a mixer, and some speakers, and so you can get real low level entry stuff. I mean, I had some American DJ turntables and a little Stanton mixer. I mean, I probably had maybe $250 in
Mhm.
it, which was a lot back in the day. But
Yeah.
you can scrape by if you want something bad enough. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But the thing with vinyl is just you just got to keep buying it
Mm.
because you got to build your set, right?
Yeah.
But I've got a lot of records from a lot of different genres
Mhm.
through the years, and a lot of it is just buying it and then
Mhm.
finding things that you like, and then kind of sticking to that same kind of pattern, if you
Right.
will, same similar sound.
Mm. Are you able to like pre-listen? Like, are most of your records like? Did you listen to it beforehand, or how do you like select? Like,
Yeah, no, no, no. You're gonna listen to it
okay.
before you purchase it.
Mm.
And the beauty of the record shops back in the day is they would have listening stations, so
Okay.
you could actually go and listen to the record, the vinyl, before you buy it. Because
Mm.
keep in mind, a lot of these are two sides. You got two songs on each record, and I mean that thing was $10.
Mm.
I mean, that's $5 a song. I mean that
Yeah.
gets real expensive real quick,
For sure.
But yeah, it's just one of them things. You just got to keep doing it,
Mhm.
keep buying
Mm.
it.
Keep buying it.
Just keep buying the music, man. Whatever it is, and no matter what, I'm always a fan. I'm the number one fan. I'm here for music. I've spent a lot of money on music through my life,
Mm.
and it's just the way it is, and it'll continue to be like that until I am not here anymore.
Right. Wow.
If it's not vinyl, I mean, I used to have CDs. I mean,
Yeah.
I have a backpack full of CDs I carry around all the time in my
Mm.
car. If it wasn't that, it was cassettes.
Wow.
Now I got thousands of songs on my phone, which
Phone.
is
Yeah.
cool, but well, however I can listen to it, I'm gonna be
Mhm.
doing it.
What do you think got you into like sonically into drum and bass? Like, what do you like the most about it that drew you in?
It's just that fast pace.
Mm.
I love
Yeah.
those fast paced drums, and then the bass line comes and just knocks you out. But
Mhm.
I've always been really hyperactive. Always like to go fast. I used to skateboard, so we're always
Mhm.
hauling ass around. So the music just kind of is like the soundtrack to your life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're just running around. There's just something about it too. And just the sounds were so different, unique, still are.
Mhm.
And it's one of those types of musics too. I feel like it's been tried to be sold out,
Mm.
but somehow it never really has. There's some
Mm.
successful acts who have gotten really big commercial success, but I think to its core, drum and bass and jungle still is like this underground sound. And to this day, with the internet and the way things are, that's really hard. It's
Mhm.
really hard. And somehow these big producers, a lot of them are in England. That's where the music is from.
Mhm.
Uh, I mean, they're big stars there, but they're still like just pretty chill guys and girls. You know what I mean? They're not like some kind of big superstar DJ type thing, and I like that.
Yeah.
I like just chill. You know what I mean? It's just no ego. I mean, you're gonna have a little bit of an ego, but
Yeah.
some of this crazy stuff, ain't nobody got time for that.
For sure. I guess to like touch on that, like, what are some ways that you've seen the kind of industry or the scene like evolve since you've been doing it? Like,
Oh,
what's some of the notable differences?
man, it's grown so much, and it's gotten more, I guess, like official and professional, which
Mm.
is kind of good. And from like a sound system standpoint, you used to go out back in the day. I mean, it was like you would see some wretched systems. You might be spending a decent amount of money to go to this place, but the sound system, particularly if it was a 2-room show, they might have techno in one in the main room, and then drum and bass would be in the smaller room.
Mm.
Somehow drum and bass would always get the shitty speakers. I
Ah.
guess because they know we're gonna blow them.
Yeah.
But but so I've lost my point. But anyway, so I've just watched it grow and evolve like so much. I mean, it went from these like warehouse parties and just kind of being thrown together by kids like myself and other people that were throwing things together, into now it's this huge thing, and they got these multi-day festivals, and I think EDC's going on right now, and there's just it's grown and blown up in the United States so much. It's cool. I mean, it's a good thing, but it does change everything too. But whatever, the music still is sort of similar to what it always has been.
For sure. Can you walk us through, I guess, just like your personal career in terms of like, getting gigs and producing and stuff like that?
Yeah, right on. So, bedroom DJ, number one right here. I've spent plenty of time in the house practicing through my life. In my 20s, I was working really hard with my boy Damon. He's known as Mass Confusion now. He was DJ Nomad back in the day, and we were out there pushing mix CDs, and we were trying to hook up with promoters and handing out flyers for them, and trying to get in with the people, and it was tough. I mean, getting into the music business is tough. Everybody wants to do it. Everybody wants to be in the music business for some reason or another, and it's not changed. It's still hard to get into, but I've just recently started getting back into DJing and thinking about being able to play in front of a crowd. And kind of my backstory, through my 20s, the house I was staying at, it got broke into several times. My gear got stolen multiple times, and so third time it happened, I was like, fuck it. I'm done. It's just, I can't keep spending money on this. It's becoming a heartache situation. And so I just got out of it. I was still going to some parties here and there, but just life changed. I was getting a little bit older. I was getting in my 30s, working, just staying busy with my job. And I just kind of started doing that thing. And then fast forward, pandemic, I think it opened up a lot of people's eyes on the way that they were living. And, I'm like, I feel like I'm just working, but I just want to get back into the artistic side of music and what I love. And I still got all these vinyl records, and I got one turntable. Okay, we need to do something about that. Right. So started buying more gear, hooking up with my boy, and getting a gig. And I did a Skank Out. What up to the Skank Out crew out there. Met you guys through that Skank Out gig. Had a freaking blast. And that was in February. And, man, I hadn't been able to get away from my turntables ever since. And, I mean, for the past 2 years, I've been practicing a decent amount. But over the past 6 months, I mean, it's been like, I feel like I'm a kid again, and I just stay in there. But it's good. It's a good thing. It's good exercise,
Absolutely. Where do you think you want to take kind of everything in the near future? Like, do you want to start playing like just more intimate settings? Do you maybe live streaming? Maybe getting into clubs or venue circuits or?
Whatever happens. I mean, just at this point in the game, it's like I feel like I could and would be willing to get into anything. Getting out and doing some gigs would be freaking awesome. Do I necessarily want to try to like spend a whole lot of time out there? Sure. Why not? You know what I mean? What I got though is a little bit different from what's at every club now, and that's the digital setup. So I mean, I do have full intentions on getting into the digital game and learning that, because I do enjoy it. I don't care what the media form is. I just want to be able to listen to music. Definitely not like a purist saying like, hey, you got to be on vinyl or you got to be on digital, because like I ain't about all that. I just want to just listen to some new tunes and vibe with some people that are into the same thing. But whatever comes up, I just like to have fun. I like to party. I like to meet new people, being in the scene, and then just kind of promoting the way things were. Going to the record store, buying some records, and then just talking about like the evolution. Some people don't even like. I take it for granted, but some people, I mean, they don't even know what that looks like, feels like. So it's just kind of cool talking with young cats like yourself who are DJing, and it's just like it's an evolution. We all learn from each other.
I want to note that I tried to Shazam like 4 or 5 songs during your set, and like I think like 2 of them, like none of them read. Like the amount of just like knowledge you have to have, not only about like what you like in the music, but like the history behind it is like, I feel like it's really important. And I think you definitely have like an advantage being, you know, skilled with actual turntables, because one, some of the music you can get is I couldn't find it. You know, it's not
Yeah.
really as readily available.
Right. Yeah, and there's definitely a lot of stuff that is on vinyl now, or there it's on. That was on vinyl is now digital, but there's going to be things that are not, and there's like some producers. There's some of my favorite who are dead.
Yeah.
I mean, just face it. I mean, we're getting older, and it's just like that. They'll never build. They might remaster it and put it on a digital file at some point, but who knows?
Yeah.
That's the one thing that I do really like about picking this up and being a guy who, like, you know, grew up, went to, you know, Best Buy and different places to buy CDs, having that hard copy and having liner notes and seeing, you know, who's the producer on here, and you can get like pretty valuable information off the back of this. You know, who their booking agent is. If you're, you know, I mean, you can find all this stuff online nowadays, obviously, but it's just something about it. And then a lot of times they would come and they would have some artwork.
Yeah.
You might have like a poster, or it could be something cool that's in there that you just don't get when you click that button to buy a song now. I feel like a lot of artists are not going to get they're going to get like, they're not going to get maybe the love that they could as if they had something physical out there with some artwork that might be like, oh shit, you know, I want to check that out, versus just being another little line item on the millions that are on Beatport or whatever, you know, you're using now. So there's pros and cons with both, though, because you can get music a lot cheaper now, which is good.
Yeah, that is very true. What are the 3 records that you picked out? Do you want
So this is Hospital Records, Weapons of Mass Creation number 3. We got some of the old classics on there. You got Danny Bird, of course, one of my favorites. He's a fucking man. You got Scientific, he's the man. A-Sides is on there. You got a London Electricity remix. Tony Coleman, he's the owner of the label, and London Electricity's a great act that he's got going on. And then right here, this is Soul R Recordings, and this is a Caliber. He's the artist, and he's like the godfather of liquid, probably, or one of them. I mean, Caliber is, he's just so fucking smooth, man. Love that cat. And then V Recordings right here. This is a Ronnie Size. Some new stuff from Ronnie Size, and actually I think this is an old track, but they've remastered some stuff and they're putting this on their V Recordings Legends, and that record label V is just it's strong. They put out just dance floor killers. Brian G is the fucking man, and he's like their label head. But I just know this stuff because I've been listening to all these different labels and artists through the years, and it's just kind of one of them things. And then watching them evolve and grow, which is cool. And then watching new people come into the scene, and the internet's changed it for the better and for the worse, but it's also opened up. I mean, it took drum and bass out of that little island in the UK, and it's went global now. And everybody's got their little take on it. I mean, you got DJ Markey from Sao Paulo, Brazil. I mean, he's like one of my favorite DJs. I mean, that motherfucker, he puts some nasty drum and bass out. And I mean, if it wasn't for the internet, he might never even heard of it. You know what I mean? So, like, whatever. It's all good.
Are there any other, like, influential kind of DJs that you hold kind of close?
I don't know. Let's not. I don't know. You put me on the spot.
Or just like your favorites, like who you kind of been listening to throughout the years, like who?
Well, let's see. So I mean,
wait, no, sorry, I didn't do that.
Yeah, it's all changed. Is this thing live too? Yeah. Oh, my bad.
I'm pretty sure it's a pretty good mic. So like we sometimes wave.
I know. I'm over here like. My fine. So I don't know, man. It's hard to say. Each set's gonna be different. there's so many DJs that I've listened to and they've never even come to Atlanta. So it's, you know what I'm saying, that's a tough one. Bro, I don't even know. It's late. I'm getting put on the spot.
I feel it. Hey, what about some shout outs? Who you know, who are the homies? Who
Man,
are the guys?
shout out to you guys.
Oh,
Thanks for coming to the crib. Jackie hooked y'all up with some tacos today,
They were
man.
so good. They were really, really good.
My boy,
Phenomenal.
Mass Confusion, Damon Paul, what's up? You know who you are. We've been at it for a long time. It's good to see him doing his thing. Meeting a lot of cool cats through Damon too. Calf opened up a set for him on that Skank Out. That was a lot of fun. Him and Doe did a back-to-back. And those guys have been a lot of fun to work with. And just meeting a lot of new people, man. Just kind of getting back into this scene. I've always been going out listening to music, but I really kind of stopped trying to get gigs, so I wasn't really actively trying to meet people and getting involved necessarily, but it has been a lot of fun, man. And Crooked Passage and Null, what's up? Love what y'all are doing too. And I think y'all got a gig coming up this weekend, so y'all ain't got nothing to do. Go check them out.
Yeah.
And anyways, man, there's a lot of good stuff going on in Atlanta. Besides the drum and bass, the techno, I mean, Atlanta's got whatever kind of music you want, whenever you want it. And go out and go to a show.
Yeah.
Go out. I tell some of these folks I know, man, they say they got kids, they can't do that. No. Go out and go have some fun.
You heard it here first.
Go out and have some fun.
You got kids? Bring the kids.
Bring the kids, man.
We're going to have you sign this giant key. We also have a special gift that we haven't, up until this point, have not, I don't think, given to anybody. We have this sticker. We have stickers now.
I love it.
But they're comically small. They're like the size of stamps. So,
hey, man. I love it.
We got to start somewhere. Small ass stickers.
I love it.
Yep. And somebody who is not me bought 140 of them. So we got stamps galore. But yes.
That's funny.
You were the first person to have the small ass stamp. So.
Shout out the Private Property Group. What's up?
Perfect. Let's get you to sign it nice and big, and we look forward to whatever the future holds. I mean, honestly, I'd be down to just I don't know, just come back over here and just watch you do your thing.
Yeah, dude. And honestly, I bought my setup, so I'm ready to travel. I bought everything, so house I love doing house parties. Outside, you know what I'm saying, daytime parties, just kind of just changing things up a little bit. You ain't got to go, be in a club late at night to go listen to techno or drum and bass. You can, just have some fun. Set up some coffee shops. I do want some gigs, so what's up? Y'all holler at me if you like what you see.
So can
Mr. E.
Can I ask you that really quick before you wrap? Is you've got hundreds, if not thousands of records. How do you pick? And how heavy is it?
It's pretty heavy. That's the one thing about gigging with vinyl is, you got to take your turntables, you got to take your mixer, and then you got to take your records. So it definitely gets heavy. Lots of clubs, I'm sure they still got plenty of turntables though. So that, you throw a backpack on with some vinyl. But the idea of building a playlist, I mean, that's probably the age-old question for any DJ. Is you want to try to paint a picture or set a mood, and you want to try to kind of, it depends on the audience, you know what I mean? If you're going to a show and it's filled with drum and bass heads, you're going to want to come in and you're going to bring your shit and you're going to be ready, and you want to put them on something new, you want to put them on something fun, you want to be like, oh shit. But if you're going to some people that have never maybe heard drum and bass and you want to change it up a little bit, you might want to start something a little slow and kind of ease it into it. And then just kind of switch it up. But building that set, tonight's set, I kind of went all over the place. I like a little bit of everything. I don't like to try to just say I like one little subgenre within drum and bass. I think all these little subgenres and everything are just kind of, I don't know, I kind of wish they'd just be swept away. But you don't want to compartmentalize yourself too much, but at the same time, you still need to keep that flow. You need to keep that vibe. And I thought I had a good set list when I was building this thing up the past couple of days, and then when I got into it, I didn't like it, to be honest with you.
Well,
but we'll see. I'll see how the audio comes out. I'm always going to be my worst critic.
absolutely.
But anyways, I like all the records I got, but do they all fit together? No, absolutely not. It's just part of it, though.
We liked it.
Yeah, well, cool, man. I appreciate it.
Is that? Yep. Boom.